Okay, off the bat, this is not my favorite segment, and I hate to admit it. I think my younger self would be appalled at what I'm saying. But the sort of premium hatchback world, hot hatch kind of world, is just different now. Do you know, the world of cars has changed. We are obviously more into SUVs, etc. But like, these have become niche cars. When I was younger, this was like a vibe, you know? But I just don't feel that anymore, unfortunately. Now, I am in the BMW M135. Now, it used to be the M135i, but you take away the I now, okay? Because BMW's changed all of that. Because an I now refers to like electric cars and all that jazz, okay? Now, I'm gonna just start with the price, okay? So I'm very bored of speaking about cars being expensive, but it just is what it is, and so I've got to keep mentioning it, because when a car of like this nature comes in at 983,000 Rand, it is quite extreme. Do you know? Like, you could get a Golf R, fine, for about 30,000 Rand more than this. For about 35k more, you can get yourself a Honda Civic Type R. Like, this is where we're playing. We're playing in the million Rand field for like what is essentially not a lot of car. And I think, unfortunately, this isn't M enough. And I'll show you what I mean in a second. But now, speaking of expensive, how much is it going to cost you for insurance? Well, you can get yourself up to 12 quotes on hippo.co.za. But for a car like this, I thought to check for something like tire and rims, okay? Get insurance on that, because when you've got like a million Rand car, you want to make sure that those tires that are also very expensive are taken care of. So I put my details in, this car's details in, and it came up with like 6 quotes, and the cheapest being like 199 Rand. So check it out, because at least then you're covered with regards to keeping your very fancy, expensive car looking good. Now, this is the 4th generation, and it isn't so much a new model as it is almost like a heavy upgrade in a way. It's sort of like a revised version from the F40 to the F70. And it kind of looks the same. It's a little bit more angular. Inside, very premium still. Okay, it's BMW. And they've gone very simplified. It is very simplified in here. That's probably not my best, because I hate that there are no buttons. The climate controls in the infotainment system, which is slow to react. Don't often get that on a BMW, but it is very slow to react. And I hate that the climate control, you know, you have to click through to change something. And even using voice control, I did it. I don't want to have to do that. It takes a while. Okay, let me do it. Like, okay. Please change aircon to 16 degrees.
Okay. I will reduce your temperature to the minimum.
Great. That's great. Did that. Easy as pie. But that takes longer than me just pressing one button. Doesn't it? Just, there we go. Done. Okay, I'm making marks on this very nice looking stuff. Got quite a cool little dashboard with the sort of M colors here coming down and stitching. All looks very nice. These are like optional sports seats. Guys, what is with this red? It looks like someone's had a bit of an accident or there's been a bit of a crime scene. Honestly, I don't love it. I would go all black, or even if you wanted to make a statement, go all red. But having it all in the middle gives me like a, ooh, I don't know what happened there. It's got a redesigned sort of steering wheel, very chunky, very nice to hold on to, and very nice to throw into some corners, you know? And the one thing they haven't done when they've converted this to right-hand drive is that the sort of stop-start and your gear levery thingamajig is on the other side. It's not on the driver's side. I've seen people complain about that. My goodness, people can be fussy. That doesn't bother me at all. I don't care. I like that the volume button is this side of me, because I like a volume knob, you know, a little roller. But yeah, that wouldn't bother me at all that it's that side. I get that maybe it should be this side. Not a problem for me. Also got your little red stripe here to make you think it's all very, very, very sporty. Do you know? And then, like, from a practical point of view, look, I've just had a massive weed eater in here, and a toilet seat for that matter. You pop those seats down, you've actually got more than enough space in the back. Luke is happy in his car seat in the back. It's not exactly the most spacious car, but it's not supposed to be. It's a hatch, basically. But here's the vibe, okay? Let's pop. Right, 2-litre turbocharged engine, right? 233 kilowatts of power, 400 newton meters of torque, and will get from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 4.9 seconds. Off a straight line. Performance is fun. Still puts a smile on your face. I think driving this, when you put it into sport mode, whatever mode you want. Come on. Sorry, you see it again? I just think, yeah, let's put it into sport. Okay, driving. Okay, all right. There is something not quite M about it for me. I don't get the butterflies that I would have gotten maybe back in my youth. But even now, I still have it, I've still got feelings, okay? I haven't dried up completely inside. But I find this to not give me as much oomph as I would like it to. It's not memorable. That's what it is. I get out of this car and I forget about the drive. There's one thing I have to say for a comfort seeker like me. Oof, the ride is too firm. Knew that would be the case, but that's fine. For some people, they'll like it. But not for me. It needs to be a bit more comfortable. If I was going to have this as an everyday, and I think that's where a lot of cars have gone, they're not just all about performance. You need the everyday practicality about it, because there's so many that are on offer like that. So if you're going to go hard and if you're going to go more impractical, then you've got to go fast. And this isn't, it's fast, but it's not fun enough. It's a bummer. I have to say that the 7-speed DCT though is effortless. It's mated perfectly. Overall, the refinement of this car is what you'd expect it to be, which is great. So in order to have any bit of fun, you have to then, you can hear it, to put it into sport mode. You can have it in that the whole time, maybe, but you can hear it gives a little bit more oral pleasure, as I like to call it. It's also all-wheel drive, and now it's no longer that rear-wheel drive, which a lot of people are bummed about. The thing is, for me, I like having all-wheel drive because it does inspire a little bit more confidence, which also then can take away from the thrill ever so slightly. But it feels a little bit more front-wheel driven for me than it does all-wheel drive. But you know what? You're going to have fun in it, but I would spend less money and just get a 118, if I'm truly honest. Okay, I wouldn't want to spend the extra money for what? Like the extra odd little thrill that you might get when you put your foot down in a straight line. But I think you're going to have as much fun in a 118. BMW aren't going to love me for saying that, I'm sure. Oh no. If you're going to take photos, pull over. I don't need to take photos. I live here, tourist. I'm not a tourist hater, okay? I get it. We bring some money, but still. Pull over. I've also been struggling with the Android Auto, which I can't imagine that it's not wireless, but it's picking it up, and then it says that my phone, it blames my phone and says that it isn't compatible with Android Auto, which is total crap. So I don't know what that's about. So I haven't been able to connect it at all, except just via Bluetooth, which in itself is an issue. For R1 million. Are you kidding? Android Auto work. Hurry up, I need to get to my son's soccer match. Gosh. No. Now we're taking another photo, but we're slowing down. Yes, pull over. That's better. Thank you. This gives it a little more vroom. Okay. I hate to say it because I'm starting to sound like a little bit of like a jaded motoring journalist / content creator, but I'm finding this car, this drive, to just be bleh. But I think it's because you see that M, you have a certain expectation, and this doesn't match it for me, and so that's why it goes to a drop below and goes to like bleh. But if you maybe just level those expectations and are willing to spend almost R1 million on this, maybe you'll be fine with it. We'd just be different people. Yeah, I mean, I stand by my point, whether you're in sport mode or not. It still doesn't absolutely blow my hair back. but it's still enough to give you a teeny tiny thrill. Still not MMM. MMM. That's ridiculous.